We have a very constructive episode of Trailer Class for you today. Today we're going to be covering tiles, doors, and walls for your tabletop RPG. Let's get started. First, we're going to start off with a great coffee table tile set, which we have right here. This is from Wizards of the Coast. I've owned this for years. It's one of my favorite pieces, as it's really nice because you have terrain on the bottom, on the top of the box, and on the bottom of the box, so you can do different levels and things like that. You can just set this up on your coffee table type of game. That's where everybody's sitting on a couch. Or a lazy boy just sitting back having more of a role-playing type of game instead of more of an in-depth dungeon delving type of game where, you know, the maps are all laid out and stuff like that. So the GM can just set up a scenario right here with doors and statues and whatnot, and then just get the combat or the particular room up and ready to go at little or no time whatsoever. Easy cleanup and great for beginning RPGers and folks on a budget. I really like these pieces. Once again, they're easy to find, and I highly recommend them if you're just starting out playing the game. Next up, we have a tabletop board right here. This is a Dragon Quest one. I've had this one since the 90s. This has some wear and tear. It's one of my favorite ones to use. I got this from my mom, so thank you, Mom. I appreciate it. But these are really good for easy, quick setup games. As long as you have the scatter terrain that you need for it, you can just grab it and set everything up. There you go, with your furniture, whatever terrain or monsters or heroes you have going forth through the rooms. Dungeon delving. It's also great for youngsters who don't have a lot of patience for you to draw your stuff out. But this does have some problems, like you can't draw on it with wet erase or dry erase markers because you'll damage it, and you're just confined to whatever rooms that you have here. And if you don't have scattered terrain, you're kind of up the creek, as you will, because there you go, you just have a map with a bunch of rooms and halls on it that go nowhere. Now, if you're seriously on a budget and you want pieces and don't want to spend a lot for them, Game Night Studio makes these wonderful walls right here. So you can use them in lieu of tiles. So you can just set these guys up and start making your own little rooms, as long as you don't care about accurate movement or anything like that. Once again, great for coffee table type of games. You can just set everything out like this. And, you know, instead of having to count the spaces and whatnot that you have going on or worrying about features like that, you can just do this and set it up really quick. I've seen this done before, and that's what inspired me to actually buy these walls, was somebody doing that. I was like, oh, you can do that? And I was like, heck yeah. And that's exactly what I did. And we'll move on to the other biggest, most common part of tabletop RPG. Now, what we have here is probably the most common type of tabletop mapping that is used commonly today. And this is your wet erase or dry erase map, if you will, which is nice. They're very durable. They're easy to clean. They last forever. But as you may have known, if you've seen previous episodes, you can always look back and check those out. That they are cantankerous, as cousin Dave has discovered. They roll up rather easily, so you have to tame them. And currently, I am taming ours today with Twisted Sister CDs. I don't know why we're advertising for Twisted Sister, but they were the first CDs I grabbed out, and I was like, heck yeah. So, if we're going to do old school RPG, we might as well have the old school stuff out. What's easy about these guys is that you can just simply draw your map, and it's pretty user friendly, so you can be as lame duck as you want or as creative as you want if you have good artistic ability and whatnot, which I do not have. So I'm just going to make couple basic rooms for you here, just using blocks. And here we are. And it is a 2-room structure similar to the one I made up with the walls earlier. And this is what I like to do with these types of structures, is take my old walls that I was already using right here. This one doesn't quite fucking fit. There we go. And start setting up the corner pieces so we accentuate what we've drawn here and makes it a little bit more three-dimensional. But if you're on a budget and you can't afford doors, just take your marker, and this is the common symbol of a door right there. It's just that, just a little rectangle. Starting off with the varieties of doors that I have is, I didn't cover these last time, but these are genuine knockoff 3D print of HeroQuest doors that I got from a private vendor. They're all right. They're kind of brittle, but the bases, they make it stand up better. I've had a couple compliments on these guys. They aren't my favorite, but you know, of course, the ones that I showed you last time on the episode of Trailer Class, I preferred these doors. But either way you take it, they are just nice doors, opened and closed. You just set them down on your table like so, and there you go. Let the adventure begin and into the unknown. We'll actually switch that to an open to closed door. There we go. Boom. These are doors I got last summer from Terrain Crate. I like them. They are very well detailed, sturdy. They're each individual and different, but the problem is that none of them are opened. You're going to get the whole thing, and they're always going to be closed, so you'll have to contend with that. And lastly, this final set of doors are from CZYY, or, wait, excuse me, yeah, CZYY. They are made out of this kind of cardboard stuff. I got these for Christmas as a gift, and there's not a lot of doors. This is all that it came with. It was just this little guy right here. And we also have this door right here that came part of the whole set, but not part of the door collection, I guess. And here we go. It probably says CZYY at the top, and they're swinging doors. They're great for any strongholds or battles that, you know, your barbarian or tough guy is going to bash open, because it already comes pre-damaged, which I thought was a nice little taste to that. And, you know, you just put it right up there, and we can set up a little action scene for you here and have a little dungeon just set up for you in just a moment. See, in a few short minutes, our little party of adventurers right here are delving into a nice long hallway with a boss chair, some statues, some bad guys, a little table to just hop up onto this other part that we're using creatively to give us a throne room with our final boss, who happens to be Skeletor. Because, you know, we'll use whatever we got running around here. Thank you for watching us today, and we hope to catch you soon. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Ruin a friend's day by sharing this. Post us on Facebook, Gab, Instagram. We're on all those things, but I don't know what I'm doing on those things, so any direction to help out. Hey, do you have any tabletop stuff here also? I'd love to see it, because we're big fans of gaming. Or if you have anything, you know, trailer classy or trashy you want to sell, share with us, give us an idea of what we should do. Just hit us the comments down below. I'm very responsive and receptible person, because I'm so desperately lonely. Thanks for watching. Well, thank you for watching, folks, and making it to the end. This is our show for today. I would like to thank Persuader1369 for the Christmas present walls and doors from CYZZ. And let's go check out what Cousin Dave's up to. See you again.
Howdy y'all, Cousin Dave here, and here at Trailer Class we've been working on cardboard craft items. Now, a lot of you have been asking in the comment section, well, all one of you, you've been asking me what I do for a living. Well, a lot of what I do is with cardboard. Believe it or not, I can make money with cardboard just like them little doors and things that crafty things that they were making earlier. Well, as far as I'm concerned, you can get away very cheaply to prepare yourself for doing your arts and crafts project. Now, generally, when you want to cut a box, you use what they call a box cutter. Yeah, you can look that up if you need to. Google that. And if you don't have one of those, and them run, pretty expensive, $4, $5, sometimes $6 if you don't go to the dollar store. Now, if you don't have that, generally you just dig around in your shed or somebody else's in the trailer park, and you find yourself a nice saw. That'll get you going pretty good. You just saw right on through that. Yeah, being close there. Now, because you can see it makes a pretty good clean cut, but you do get a little bit of feedback on, let's say, this has been used for trees, or what else has been my neighbor been using on it? Well, whatever he was using, it's dulled it up a bit. I'm going to have to talk to him about proper maintenance of his tools. Otherwise, I'm not going to be able to borrow them anymore. Now, let's see here. If you don't have those, generally, the wife, live-in girlfriend, or sister, or all three, has a pair of scissors laying about. Now make sure you don't use good scissors. I don't know what good scissors are versus bad scissors, but do not use the good scissors. Use yourself a bad scissors and get a good cut going there. Now see, that's a little more even than a saw. Yeah, a little crookedy, but pretty good, pretty good. Now then, if you do not have that, you always got your car keys. Now, I generally have at least a few keys for various doors around and about the trailer park. Generally, I try to use the key. If you are using a key, use the one that you're not sure what it goes to. You see, otherwise you might screw it all up and mess up your house key, and then you're going to be real depressed. That gives a good one on that. Yeah, that'll work. That'll work pretty good. Look at that. Now, for a car key, that ain't too bad, right? You usually find a key laying around somewhere. You might as well hang on to it. You never know what it might go for. Now, the other thing is you need is a marker, right? Marker, generally, you can go somewhere in town and pick these up for a quarter, maybe. And again, these are things, found items for the most part. So you are making no initial investment in your business. It is all profit, pure profit if you can just find these items. Now, cardboard box, you have to write appropriately. In some instances, you want to write more hurriedly and sloppy to make yourself appear to be a more industrious individual. I've been using them word a day things, and I'm getting all kinds of good ones. So while you're writing, just make sure you use the appropriate handwriting to the situation. Let's see here. So in this case, we're going to do, let's see, this one's a hurried one because you want to look busy. You want to look, like you're actually getting things done. That's kind of what I'm getting at. There we go. Now you got that one. Then let's see here. If you got, make sure you got other supplies, by the way, that you're picking up. In the meantime, things like this will run you pretty cheap when you get right down to it. Let's see. Now, this paper towel item, I believe I picked it up at the dollar store, and you get a good deal on 50 cents for two. That's the way to go. Let's see. And if you also get yourself a spray bottle, again, found items most of the time, but at dollar store, about $1. The entire table, except for this item, and perhaps, these are bad scissors, so, that's about $5 right there at the dollar store. That is the majority of your investment, all right? So, let's see. So, once you get your letters all, hold on, thank you. Once you get your letters all made up and taken care of, now you are ready to start making money. Washing windows, of course, you approach somebody, and once you start washing, they're almost obligated to give you the $5. You hold this sign up. I mean, it's almost a verbal contract. You know what I mean? Same thing with this thing. I mean, it's generally a lie, but you can make up all kinds of excuses, or if they say they want you to work, you start limping around and saying, well, I can only do this and only do that, and eventually they'll just throw the money at you. And the final one, well, I mean, I can leave that up to you. The enterprising individual who's going to come up with something that's going to get money out of suckers. For Trailer Class, I'm Cousin Dave. Happy hunting. I had an idea, but it just flew out my head when I got to the writing and actually having to write and talk at the same time. So that's exactly what I did with the last one. So.